Hello guys, I hope all of you are doing fine. So in today's video, we will be discussing about two major important facts of for loop. It means two important facts of for loop. Guys, this is also applicable for while loop also. So I'll just discuss one of the very important facts. The first important fact is that we have a statement we have been given as for I is equal to 0, I is less than equal to I is less than 5, I plus plus. Then there is semicolon. This is first major fact that I will discuss. And the second major fact that I will discuss is for I is equal to 0, I is less than 5, I plus plus, and there are two statements written after. This is first fact and this is second fact I will discuss. So I'll just go with my very first fact. So there is one statement which is written provided we have declared all things, we have written iostream.h, ponio.h, we have declared every variable. So there is one statement which is written like for I is equal to 0, I is less than 5, I plus plus, and then there is semicolon, and then there is statement written after it plus plus I, for example. Now, what does this particular statement mean? Let me tell you that semicolon after for loop does not mean it is a syntax error. Never it means like that, because it has a various, it has actually a different significance altogether, but it is not a clear syntax error. It means something that I will be discussing right now. So obviously that doesn't mean that it is a syntax error. So what does that mean? So a very important note that you can write: semicolon after either for or while means there is no statement after it. That means there is no statement after it. It means, it technically means that for I is equal to 0, provided I value is 0, I is less than 5, I plus plus, this semicolon actually means there is no statement after it, and cout plus plus I is something which is coming after for loop is executed. So how we are going to run? See, you have I is equal to 0, 0 is less than 5, there is no statement. This is first step. This is second step, there is no statement, and then that would be fourth step. It means I is equal to 0, 0, 0 is less than 5. Over here there is no statement. 0 plus plus. Technically it is 0 plus plus. Here it is 0. Here actually it becomes 1. 1 is less than 5. No statement. 1 plus plus. So it means it will work. We have got 0 plus plus in the very first step. So that becomes 1. Then 1 plus plus, 2 plus plus, 3 plus plus, and 4 plus plus. Over here, when answer 4 plus plus comes here, so this becomes 5 over here. 5 is less than 5. Obviously, this will only exit if there is a condition which is not matching. So 5 is not less than 5. It goes outside this particular for loop, and after it crosses this for loop, there is statement which is asked to us that what is cout plus plus I. So at I is equal to 5, it exited for loop, and cout plus plus I means increment at that step only. So plus plus 5 becomes 6. So the answer of I is actually 6 after this particular step. So this is how for loop behaves in one way, that you can even put a semicolon after for loop also. It's just that that signifies that there is no statement inside it. For loop can only exit if there is a condition which is not matched. This is my very first fact. Let's move to our second fact. The second fact is that you have written for I is equal to 0, let's say I is less than 5, I plus plus, and you have written two statements after it, plus plus I, and I'm writing cout I plus plus. Now, what does that particular mean? So guys, I have not put up brackets. So what does that mean? How will this execute? Guys, this is a very simple step how it will be executed. Over here, you need to understand one thing, you need to remember one thing, that note, or even you can note, statement, or rather I should write first statement after for loop is the statement inside. Simple. It's as simple as that. The first statement written after the for loop is a statement inside it. It means that we have two statements written and we don't have any curly brackets. So it means what statement would be inside this thing. So this is my first statement. This is my second statement. Technically, from this fact, I should understand that this is the statement which is inside for loop, and this statement, the second statement, is not inside for loop. So it would execute in this manner, that we have this for loop written as for I is equal to 0, I is less than 5, I plus plus, and by default this is the statement inside it. Let's execute this first and then we will execute next. So what we will have, 0 is less than 5, which is condition true, and plus plus 0, this becomes 1. Then 1 plus plus, over here this is 1, but here it becomes 2, because that is a process of increment. It increments in the very next step. So again, so firstly it will display 1, then 2 is less than 5, which is condition true, plus plus 2 becomes 3. So guys, you don't need to execute every time again and again. You just have to see where condition can hold false, right? So over here, plus plus 2 becomes 3, and then 3 plus plus over here, then it becomes 4. 4 is less than 5. Then cout plus plus 4. Now over again, we have got 0 is less than 5, plus plus 0, plus plus 0 is printed. Then obviously plus plus 2 will be printed. Obviously plus plus 4 will be printed. After 5 plus plus, then it becomes 6. 6 is less than 5. Obviously when I value becomes 6, 6 is less than 5, which is false. It goes outside for loop, and outside for loop there is statement which is written as I plus plus. So it will display 6 plus plus, which is 6 only at that step. So it means it will print 1, it will print 3, it will print 5, and it will print 6. So the answer would be 1, 3, 5, and 6. This is how you will solve this particular step. So the major important second fact is the first statement written after the for loop is a statement inside it, provided there is no bracket. So thank you very much. If you like this video, kindly share, subscribe, and put a comment if you have any kind of doubt. Thank you.